I have received a good amount of feedback the last week or two, check-ins from a lot of people, including a lot of folks asking specifically, how's it going with Brandy? My answer to that is I am not entirely sure quite yet. But what I can say is there's a lot going on behind the scenes that really has to do with me taking the shop out of its initial opening phase to help strengthen it and build it up somewhat. For example, Brandy is in their second week of being installed in the shop and monitoring traffic patterns and conversion rates and all that kind of good stuff. But in that first week already, they did identify some dead space, and we've already taken some steps to try and fix that. So think of it this way, like, I am the landlord of Razzle, Dazzle Music and Movies, and all the physical media items are my tenants. They have to pay rent because I have to pay rent. Well, when they're not paying rent, that's a problem. And in this case, the Laserdiscs were not paying rent. They took up quite a bit of space, but weren't connecting with people in a way where they were really doing much good. So I really want to be a fair landlord, but in this situation, I've already evicted them. It was nice having them, but now it's time to move on. I bring this up because I want to let you know that there's actually a lot going on that isn't really reflected here online. That said, I do want to spend a minute or two just kind of going over what will be reflected here online. Specifically, I want to talk about Brandy's last brand audit and how things will be changing on the social media channels here moving forward. So I sent an email to Brandwell the other day, kind of updating them because I was a little bit genuinely confused about how to interpret the recommendations I got, and I wanted to recap that for you here. In the email I got back from them, they explained why Brandy made the recommendations they did, but adding that they will pass along that feedback to hopefully refocus future brand audits. I need stuff I can actually implement to help the store. Aside from that, they've flipped the switch, and at some point in time, Brandy will start posting on my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram accounts. I will still be doing my own Friday update, and unlike the last week, I'm not going to run that by Brandwell. I'm just going to throw it up there by myself because I feel like kind of shoehorning in other people's ideas on that gets in the way of me having fun with it. And I need to have fun with this stuff if it's going to work. And between the two of us, I think we can expand the shop's social media reach a little bit, working as a team there. So I'll leave you with one last update, however. When I get back to the store today, I'm going to be discounting some vinyl records. I actually started the other day, just didn't really tell anybody. But watch out for green stickers on the vinyl records. And there's going to be quite a few that are under $15-10, stuff like that. Brandy framed it this way. It's kind of like the Laserdisc. We want to keep stuff moving. And my goal, as I've shared it to them, is to kind of build and develop out one of the best selections in the region for new vinyl. And the only way to do that is to keep things new and interesting so that there's always something cool to browse through, always something new to look at. Anyways, Razzle, Dazzle, Music and Movies. I hope to see you back in soon.